Does the opinion of some in the Star Citizen community that CIG needs to bring all ships up to gold standard fit the reality of alpha development? I will share my opinion on this topic. Before we begin, let's watch a short excerpt from the Star Citizen Live Q&A ship showdown.
As of 2025, most starter ships are far from being Gold Pass. These ships are the ones which are used by new players to discover the game, and they are sometimes so outdated and featureless that it feels wrong. Any plans to prioritize legacy starters to Gold Pass them?
Yeah. Short answer, yes. In fact, this week we actually did the kickoff for gold standarding the Aurora series. So what do we mean by that? That means giving it all its physical components, updating the dashboard to current MFD standards, fire extinguishers, weapons locker, just fixing all the stuff that's wrong with it that doesn't suit the game today versus when it was made. And it's going to be I think, quite a nice update for those owners, of which there are many millions.
Yeah, I have a little bit of an issue with the term gold standard, because like gold standard's like an ever moving kind of line. So it's
Right.
more about bringing the ships up to,
Current.
current standard or 1.0 standard or whatever, however you want to kind of like stage it. It's it's bringing the ships up to the standard where they support all the current kind of gameplay and features that we know about kind of now. Who knows what's going to happen in the future and where we'll take things. So this is about kind of making them the best that we can make them today, effectively. And I think in terms of like starter ships, I don't think we can say that we're doing all starships first and then we're doing this and then we're doing that. It's generally kind of prioritized by ship popularity in kind of some sense. The more popular ships, the most popular ships with the worst issues is the ones we want to try and fix up kind of sooner. But then also kind of what makes sense from a gameplay and a business sense. So if we've got something, a feature coming out that we know is going to use a certain class of ships, and we've got some of those ships that are maybe lacking, then if we've got time in the schedule and everything aligns nicely, then hopefully we can kind of try and bring those up to standard as well where we can. It's quite a lot of kind of juggling of different things to kind of do the picking of exactly which ships are getting their pass when.
I won't go into detail about everything that was said. For me, 2 sentences or reactions were much more important in answering the question of whether CIG needs to bring all ships up to gold standard. Firstly, the term of gold standard in general, it's probably misinterpreted. And secondly, it doesn't seem to be a defined fixed state, but rather a state that reflects the current state of the game development. Before we get into my perspective and why CIG simply cannot afford to bring all of its ships up to gold standard during development, I would like to briefly mention that we are taking part in an alpha development. CIG is performing a balancing act between developing new technologies in their own Star engine and at the same time programming the game that is already being made available to us. Changes are constantly being made to the engine, code is changing, features are being updated and added, and much more. To describe CIG's entire journey from around 11 years ago to today, and to try to explain why some things are the way they are would go beyond the scope of this video. In short, the game we play is subject to constant change. Some we see and some running in the background. And now we come to the point why CIG simply cannot afford to constantly implement all of the changes for all of the ships. So I made up this small diagram. Let's keep in mind that we are in an open development. The essence of open development is that things are changing. because you want to work your product as intended, and it should reach the company's quality standards. So you iterate, you build something, and then you realize, okay, this is not working, this could be better. At CIG, we also have the topic of we have a better idea, the feature is growing, then we have an environment topic, the environment changes, the engine is changing, that they can reach the vision of this high quality standard game, this real life imitating space game, which I think is the vision of the company, the North Star of the company. I take an example for ships because that's the main topic, gold standard of ships. You start to build a ship with, I called it code, you can call it feature, it's everything. You build a ship with elements, code, feature, whatever, and then you have your first ship. For the next ship, you realize, okay, we need an additional code, there's additional feature in it. Then you build it, you have it, and then comes the question, should we adjust the old ship with the new code? Because this feature is also, can be also implemented into the old ship. And here comes the topic of it's burning money. One ship that's possible, but we, I think, have 250 ships. I don't know. It's not only one. It's not only 3 ships in the game. And this has nothing to do with development. In this situation, we are just old stuff. Okay, we can do it. Let's say we do it. For one ship, it's no problem. Then we build the next ship. We already realized during the development of the other 2 ships that we have a problem with code 1 or feature 1. You can call it whatever you want to. And we have a problem with code 3. So we updated this code and we have a new ship. Ta-da! It takes a little bit more time. It's a little bit bigger. It also has a new feature. It's a turret, which is on the ship. And then came the situation, should we adjust the other 2 ships? Okay, they have no turret, but they need also code 1.1 and code 3.1. So let's adjust it. It takes more time because you have 2 ships. You have additional code. This iteration takes more time. It takes more money. Now let's build the next ship. You see what this leads to. You again realized there's a problem in code 1. You now have also an adjustment in the feature 2 or code 2. 3.1 is the same, and you have 4.1 code, also a small adjustment. And now you can think about to adjust the other 3 ships too. And you see on the graph that this iteration 3 takes more money and more time. If CIG would do this, they would burn our backer money for things which will be changed over and over again. To be honest, I don't want them to burn my backing money for such things. To sum up this whole explanation, I think CIG knows that what I explained. I'm pretty sure they know it because they have a look on their money and their resources. Ben said, who knows what will be next? Maybe some people will take this and say CIG is not knowing what they are doing, but that's totally wrong. They just understand that they are in a development. They are developing the game, and this development is underneath constant changes. For example, we will have Maelstrom in the future. They showed us this technology in the past. This will lead to in my opinion, to a completely overhaul of all ships. Maybe they have it programmed in a way that they just push a button and it's done in 5 minutes, but I don't think that will happen in that way. They will likely have to overhaul all ships, and they know it now that they will have to do this. And this leads to the question, should I now overwork a ship when I know I at least have to do it one time again? Besides the fact that there are constant changes on such things. So keep this in mind, and I think we have a game to play. And in my opinion, they are doing an exceptional job in this complex project. Complex on a management side from my perspective, for what they have to deal with. It's a very complex project, because under normal circumstances you do not have to deliver quality for customers during development. They deliver us a game which I can play. It's playable. Sometimes we have bugs, whatever. Sometimes it's more worse than good, but that's kind of the whole complexity of the project, that they have to evolve the game, and sometimes things are not working. And to balance this delivering of a game to play for us, and at the same time developing all the things to reach the goal, to reach the North Star, to reach this quality of the game, this vision of the real-life imitating space game, and evolving and develop all things which they need to have to fulfill all targets. To balance these two things, and at the same time have in the background the community, which are the reason that this is possible. And to manage this complex situation, which you normally, I think, normally you do not have such situations in companies, because normally companies say, no, that's a fucking hard job to do, to maintain this. And you see why in some situations this is a hard job, when the community fails to understand what they are doing. Because some people, in my opinion, do not reflect everything, do not reflect the whole situation of the company, and just arguing that CRG is not capable of doing what they are told us they want to do. If you like what you have seen, leave a comment, share me your opinion. I would love to discuss further topics on Star Citizen, going deeper into in my understanding of the project. Maybe some of my opinions fit yours. Maybe my opinions can change some point of views of others on the project. Leave a like, leave a follow, and we see us next time. Oh, and I'm German, so hopefully my English will also evolve during my project of starting a YouTube channel.